What is up, guys? So I'm looking to buy a new side-by-side. I pretty much got my mind made up on the YXZ1000. So I actually have a question. So if any of you guys have a 2019 or 2020 YXZ1000, I need some feedback on which one I should get. So the prices are pretty close for all 5 models. I'm kind of leaning towards a base model with the actual foot clutch. But if you have one and you hate it, or you have the paddle shifters and you love it, just give me some feedback. Let me know. And if you have had one of these and you hated it, save me the trouble and try to talk me out of it. So basically making a video asking for you guys to give me some feedback in the comment section about which one of these I should get, or if I should get one at all. But I'll give you some background on how I came to this conclusion. So of course I made an Excel spreadsheet because I'm a freaking nerd. So this is like a razor replacement. Getting rid of the razor. It's too loud. I don't like the belt noise. It's too slow. I want more horsepower, and I've just pretty much done as much as I wanted to do with it, and want something different. It's been really capable, but I'm over Polaris. I'm over their front diff. I'm over their clutching. I'm just over how cheap they're made. So definitely not looking at a Polaris. And I'm kind of mad at Can-Am right now because my Renegade just blew up. But anyway, so I started this sheet kind of thinking I wanted an X3 XMR or an XMR Sport. My hard requirements are selectable front diff lock, no rear diff or turf mode, 100 plus horsepower, around 100-inch wheelbase, preferably less. I hate the massively long, stupid side-by-sides. Under 1,700 pounds dry, and 64-inch max width. That is a hard requirement. I hate really wide side-by-sides. They just don't fit down the kind of trails I like. Nice to have would be 8-inch portal availability if I ever want to do that. Factory snorkels. I don't really want a turbo. I break enough stuff without a turbo. That's extra heat and complexity, and turbos in mud and is really not a great idea. I know people do it and it works, but not my thing. Preferably mid-engine or something to help with the weight distribution. I don't like how all the side-by-sides, like my Razor, had all the weight in the very rear. Basically, the front end was just too light and wasn't pulling hard enough. So this up here can be ignored. This was just me daydreaming about putting 8-inch portals on an X3 and making sure it would still fit my garage on 40s, and of course it would, because the X3 is a very low cage, which is why it has no visibility. I also ran the numbers, and its XMR Sport would not fit in my garage. 87 inches, 83 garage, so not going to work. Anyways, so here's my real options, right? So we have the Talon, the X or the R. Obviously, I'd get the X because I wanted to do 64-inch, and the X just doesn't really have the suspension to compete with the YXZ. And also, Honda shot themselves in the foot. I love Honda. I love that they're making the Talon. It's great for people that do dunes. But for the kind of stuff we do, not having a front locker is absolutely unacceptable. And because it uses the little cam and cam follower, like Rancher 420 style locker, you cannot put a Lockrite or a torque locker in it. So the Talon's out the door just because of the locker. I know it has four-wheel drive, but that's just going to eat through brake pads the way I drive, and it's stupid. I was thinking about the X3 XMR 64-inch, 120 horsepower one. I don't want a belt. That's 4 snorkels, all the belt noise in your ear and all that crap. That's annoying. I don't really want a turbo. It has a turbo. The visibility in those things is terrible. I've driven a few, and you just cannot see out of them. I have dumb lock here, which is my joke about smart lock. I said it would be crap when it came out, and it's proving to be crap. Everyone that's running big tires on these without portals is having front diff issues, and know a couple people that have had it in the shop a couple times, and Can-Am doesn't know what to do about it. They're just overheating. It's a friction type locker. Doesn't work with big tires. Anyways. Now, if you put portals, yeah, it'll probably work fine because it takes all the stress off the diff. But the X3 XMR is great because it has all the options. We have all the portal availability. XMR Sport's really cool. I like that it's not turbocharged, but it has dumb lock again. It doesn't have the aftermarket support out yet, but I do like it because the roll cage is kind of tall and goofy looking, so I don't know. But anyways, the YXZ is what I kind of came down to. The one thing I don't like about it, there's no low range. And there's only 4-inch portals out for it right now. I doubt they'll come out with bigger ones. So let me show you some of I did a bunch of research. These are some of the better articles I found. Yamaha, so this is a UTV Action Mag, talks about the changes for 2019. They did some really awesome things. Rear-mounted radiator, that's brilliant for mudding. When you hit a mud hole at 40 miles an hour, a stick's not going to be floating on the surface of the water and jam through your radiator. I've had that happen twice. And also it'll stay cleaner. And I like the YXZ suspension. It's simpler than the X3. It doesn't have all these crazy links going on. It's actually simpler than the Talon R. And most importantly, gears. So I know everyone's like, the YXZs, you've heard nightmare stories about people burning up clutches and stuff, right? Well, I have too. I've driven some of the old ones. I've never driven a 2019 Plus, so that's why I need you guys' feedback. But for 2019 Plus, 24% reduction in first, and then a 7% reduction everywhere else. So to me, that says even without portals, I can run 30s pretty reliably, as long as you're not an idiot with the clutch. And then, upgraded rods, all that, brakes, yada, yada, yada. And they're all about 20 grand. This is a great article comparing the Talon X to the Talon X to the SS, which is the one that's got the what do you call it, paddle shifters. So good article, also by UTV Action Mag. And they just, they say what everyone else says. The rear mounted radiator is great. It rides better than the Talon X. It's comparable to the Talon R, but it's still skinnier. It's got a lot of travel for how wide it is. And as far as acceleration goes, the Honda gets it off the line. This has more top speed, pretty much what you'd expect. And yeah, so good article and everything like that. But for me, I like it just because I like the simplicity of the layout. I like that it's got a divorce transfer case and a divorce diff and a separate engine, separate oils in all of them. You don't have your clutch material from your wet clutch ending up in your engine oil, all that stuff. So I really like the YXZ. I wanted one when they came out originally because I love having a manual clutch. It makes me feel like my Tacoma. I love drifting the Tacoma around mud holes and stuff like that. And getting one would probably actually save my Tacoma from a lot of abuse. This is a great spec comparison through here. So I also like that it's got a 90-inch wheelbase. So it's a little shorter than the X3. And the X3s are just huge to me, and I just don't like how big and wide they are. So it's a little shorter, same width, and it's pretty light. But you can go through all the specs in here. This is a great website if you're looking for it, looking for some detailed comparison. But anyway, so if you've had one of these newer YXZs, give me some feedback in the comments. Let me know if you like it or hate it. If I'm about to do something stupid, try to talk me out of it, because I'm about to go buy one of these pretty soon. Gonna leave it stock for a while, probably just put it on like some 28 or 30-inch Aztecs or some kind of similar tire like that. And of course snorkel everything really well. And then eventually I'll probably put 4-inch portals on it. Hopefully 6 or 8-inch portals will come out. I don't want to do the portals for the lift, by the way. I want to do it for the gear. And I'd be fine with 4-inch portals again if Super ATV would pull their heads out of their ass and make an O-ring 4-inch portal. The O-rings are just way smarter. I've had so many gasket leaking issues on my 4-inch portals, and they haven't solved that issue. They fixed all the other issues, the shafts. They haven't fixed the seal issue, but that's just going to be there inherently with all the portals. But if they'd make an O-ring portal in 4 and 6 inches, everyone would buy it, because we all have so many issues cutting gaskets and leaking gaskets. That is unacceptable. The seals leak bad enough. The gasket should not be a problem. And the 8-inch portal is the only one that have the O-ring. So hopefully they'll make 8-inch portals for this, or they'll start putting O-rings in their 4-inch portals, but that's just wishful thinking. Super ATV is a bunch of geniuses, so they'll probably never do any of it. Anyways, give me some feedback. This is one thing about buying. And yeah, I'm also probably going to get a 2020 Rubicon if I ever get rid of my current Rubicon and make some room in the garage for it. I've been getting a bunch of quotes on that. I got a really good deal at Southern Honda in Chattanooga, so I'm probably going to pick one of those up too. But it's got to make some room in the garage first.